Baby money. I'm saying top flow. I'm saying forever like why we had that little fire right down with the guys all the time. Ain't shit funny now. We staying, tell the money out. Heard they outside where we tryna hunt them down. We gon' chop it out, then try to run it down. I just broke out more than a couple thousand. Tryna kick it now, ain't tryna talk about it. I got water, she tryna go down. I got water, this my private island. Brand new whip got low mileage. Brand new hoe got low mileage. I look bust, bitch, yeah, I bitch down. 7 white girl, no, I don't know mine. But shawty, she ride. Hell, now she ain't come to play. She hop on that shit and go, y'all. She calling me Lil Money, Billy Ray. I hope that you're ready to ride. I'm pulling up, putting 24s on Escalade. My ass must be ready to die. I heard today I heard dropping out my partner's name. That bitch must be ready to fuck. I walk and she staying right at my chain. I can't tell me walk these bucks. I'm ballin', you would think I love the game. Lil Money, he count us rest today. Lil Money, he get out for pack today. Let's go. My brother, he get out for pack today. I told her, but I'm still gonna act the same. I love her, but still gotta act the same. Y'all see these? I black on my fit and my team. I ride around decking that pig. I got weed and codeine in my pee. All I had was my deed. Now I wake up rich. Doing this for my twins. Doing this for the kids. Ain't shit funny now. We staying, tell the money out. Heard they outside where we tryna hunt them down. We gon' chop it out, then try to run it down. I just broke out more than a couple thousand. Tryna kick it now, ain't tryna talk about it. I got water, she tryna go down. I got water, this my private island. Brand new whip got low mileage. Brand new hoe got low mileage. I look bust, bitch, yeah, I bitch down. 7 white girl, no, I don't know mine. But shawty, she ride. Hell, now she ain't come to play.
Yeah.
She ain't gon' go. She calling me Lil Money, Billy Ray.
Like the mob, ayy, watching what we do, ayy. Whole family here, man. Feel like a movie, yeah. Feel like a movie, yeah. Feel like a movie. Whole family here, but it feeling like a. Living so Italian, 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 living so Italian.
Oh, keep getting at the narrow, got it. Even if a nigga gotta ride it, get it. Blackjack in a cut sink, no. A nigga got unlimited credit, a nigga got a lot of vendettas, but we the black mom, we gon' set it, peeled off in a Lamborghini cone tie, 200 in the dash, you gonna rev it. Lucky Luciano's what they call me, Paisano. 100 keys at the piano, plays across the Barisano. El Padrino, in the villa in Venice, sipping vino. Not bad for Muliano, y'all know, like we know.
Like the mob, ayy, watching what we doing. Whole family here, man. Feel like a movie.
Good morning, chat.
Feel like a movie, yeah.
Good morning, chat. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Whole family here, but it feeling like a.
Whole family here, man.
Living so Italian, 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 living so Italian. This my private party, get it? I don't know how the hell y'all get in. I don't know y'all doing y'all cameras. Y'all ain't finna be snapping our pictures. Y'all ain't finna be in our business. La Familia, my business. Maserati drop top. Go through the city like Gotham. In a 911, sipping proper. He more than just a rapper. And I know that I'm this shit because I wrote this on the crapper. More models, Limo, some Italiano. And I'm about to say something crazy. John Galliano. Like the mob, ayy, watching what we doing. Whole family here, man. Feel like a movie, yeah. Feel like a movie, yeah. Feel like a movie. Whole family here, but it feeling like a.
Why is it so zoomed in? Damn, good morning, chat. What's up, man? We are back. All right. I got too many tabs open. Let me see. Start with this. And line one session live. Okay, cool. Not mudded. Everything's good, chat? You guys can hear me? I think we're good. All right. So, welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. What a last week, man. And yeah, it was a good. I think it was a good weekend for everybody to recover. I think this is a good weekend. Is this an LV cap? No, this is DVS. Or OVS. You can see it. However you want to see it. You can see it as OVS, DVS. However you want to see it. Overseas or DVS. New hat though. New hat. New hat. Yes, sir. Mr. 30. All right. New nickname. All right. Chat. I'm not sharing screen. What? Okay, cool. We good. All right. Good morning, everybody. Mike's good. Everything's good, right? All right. Let's I don't need these headphones here. Let's see what we can do today, guys. I don't think we have news today, right? I think it's just straight. Nothing. 8:45 and then 10 a.m. you got some orange or yellow folders. Tuesday, tomorrow is flash manufacturing PMI, 9:45 flash services PMI, and then on Wednesday, nothing. On Thursday, unemployment claims. On Friday, nothing. And then on Saturday, some people got daylight savings. All right, so this week isn't too crazy. I think just maybe Thursday and like Tuesday. The rest of the week is pretty chill. So we have all that volume from last week and we have a pretty chill week. So yeah, looking good here. Looking like we have volume during the session right now already, I believe, right? Yeah, this is some good volume here. Look at this volume too. It's huge, kind of going up 100 or 1.7 thousand pips. Wow. This is a 15-minute 1,700 pip. What the? That is insane. 15 minutes, 1,000, like almost 2,000 pip candle, right? Yeah, this is a 2,000 pip candle. 2,000 is a new 200. So our stops on Friday were really like 200 pips, I believe. All right, chat. Let's let's analyze. So it looks like you eventually came down market opening. On Sunday, I saw Pentel say like, "Oh, I think we would have been good if we just held, right?" Yeah, I figured. But it's like I figured we'll be good holding through the weekend. It was just we had no reason to hold over the weekend, right? If like, cause price ended up. The only way I was gonna like look to hold over the weekend was like if we came down to tap into these zones and then you just like rejected, but you're still sitting in here. I would make okay, cool, let's hold. But it kind of just played out for us right before we got off, so just closed it. Didn't take the extra risk, but I know like it was obviously risk, but I don't know. I didn't think like looking at price action, it looks like nothing was gonna happen. If something were to happen, you're gonna have to fill the range first. So that's kind of how I saw it. It's like even if something does happen, you'll gap down and the market will shift back up on the opening, right? Because there was a range fill here, and that invisible candle, right? This one right here, the invisible candle. New play might be unlocked because I think we've been rolling out this candle for like 2 years now on stream. So I might start actually calling it the invisible candle. It's just like basically, I posted my story yesterday, but it's basically just a doji, right? So when you look at this candle right here, this kind of opened up there, came all the way down, and then did what? Close right there. So you have like a weak bearish doji there. So it's just like an invisible candle. You can just get rid of it. It doesn't exist, right? So when you block it out, it looks like this. When you block it out like this, right? This is clean traffic. This wasn't even an issue no more. This candle, it wasn't an issue after you came down that day, because the second wave that comes down, it's likely not going to just retest the same area, right? It will actually come down to fill the ranges this time, or fill the ranges this time, right? So I know you rejected here when we got into that drawdown trade, right? We got like the unfortunate entry, but like the structure and everything was still holding, right? That was like, if anything, the steepest pullback you've had since this move down, but it didn't fill the range. There was this extra room left below, right? There was still that room. So that's how it was. Just for me, like, one of the major things I was looking at, just the 4-hour time frame. But yeah, you end up just filling the range there, right? The invisible candle. So you end up filling the range, and then I think you also came down to fill the weekly leg candle fill, which was right here. It also came down and tapped into these zones here, which is good, right? And then obviously you came down a lot further. Where'd you come all the way down to? 4,000. Who said 4,000 on Friday stream? I think somebody did. Somebody was like, yo, Cole's gonna go down to 4,000. So yeah, it ended up coming down all the way down to like 4,001. 4,001. Okay, so yeah, daily opened up. It's coming up right now, but is this the first push up? I don't think so. I think you came up. Oops. You think you came up last night during, or this morning actually, during New York, early New York, and then you started to retrace. Like 430 pips there. Cool. So let's mark up the ranges here. Why do I keep doing that? Let's mark up ranges here. So these are gonna be pretty important. I think we got, I don't want to do, let's see actually. So daily flip is here. What is the daily flip? Daily flips, you have a little bit of room above. How far is this now? That's really far, right? 1,200? Or it can get filled within 15 minutes. But it looks like you're making your way up towards 45 on price. So that could be your target area. And then you kind of got to find a way to hold into this range. Is there something on the 1 hour? Yeah, there is on the 1 hour. 30 minute there is right there. Yeah, you gotta find a way to hold this. If you can find a way to close back above there, we can look for ideas for buys to go up towards 44.40 up to like 45.45. I don't know if we're gonna hold for that long, but there's like clean traffic. Like if you're looking for price to continue above a certain range, above there should be pretty clean up towards the top of that area next. So you got we are gonna have, yeah, above like 44.40, and then it's like a range of like I think 900 pips actually, not 1,200, 900 pips. On the way up, you have like some minor zones so we can take advantage of, right? Like we can maybe even put something like I think here. Let's see, what is 45.92? $45.95 right there. Oh, that's the same thing. Let's see. I think that's fair though. 45.91, 114. So let's delete this. Put that there. So above here, you got split the range up 400 pips above there. Right. So it's pretty good because you had a steep pullback on we had a steep pullback on Friday, Thursday, Friday, right? The trade that we're in. Same thing happened here too. Now, the difference is this is the second time you're pulling back. This isn't the first time. When we had it, when we're in the trade, it was the first time. It's not, if you had a sell idea down here, good luck. No, but it's a little different this time, just because like this is the first pullback. All right, this is the second time. So now you have a bit more structure, which is good in terms of like if this were to come back down, there's a high chance you can get a continuation, right? But the difference is if you had that same entry here versus here, like the only difference is this is the second time, so a little less probable. Because the first time you usually would come out back down to retest the lows, and also the distance he came down towards, was it like any? I think it was pretty fair actually. I think it came down quite a bit. How much was this? From the breakout lows to here was 44,000, and before that was 4,000. Yeah, so it's about the same actually. It hasn't slowed down yet. So yeah, this can still come down. This could definitely still come down, but I'll say like if you remain to hold structure on price here above 40.40, we can look for ideas from here up towards like 44.88, right? Obviously, you still got a little bit of room to make it way up here, but if it makes its way up above there and then continues to hold that area, we can look for ideas up. If not, then we can look for sells, right? But sells won't be until, I don't think we're looking for any sell ideas until you break below these ranges here. Yeah, until you break like below 40. Yeah, 42.63, maybe a little higher. We'll see. I'll put something here too. Is there anything that goes here? No, this is based off of this then. I will put something there, right? But anything above like 44.40 should be good continuations here. So yeah, let me just mark this up over here. $40.40. We're tapping into the area now. $45.45. $44.91. $42.63. $43.14 right there. Okay. So yeah, we'll wait to see if price can break above 40. Don't worry too much about trying to get like an entry right at 40. I don't think we're gonna get that. But yeah, just wait for this to break above and then show signs of it holding. And above there should be continuation. I don't think this is gonna be too much of an issue right here. This is like same thing, your doji, very similar. That's your invisible candle. But yeah, above like 444, I would believe you have range to 44.91, right? So it's like a 900 or 500 pip range. Yeah, 500 pip range, and then above here you have more range. All right, I probably want to see if this can like pull back and then continue to hold these areas at 44.21 or something. If it rejects from here, and then back above would be ideas, or it can also just, so two things. It could pull back here. And then close back above, and then if it does that, I'll look for ideas above 44.40, right? Or it may not do that, but it may just continue up. and then you get a pullback after, right? That, like, let's say it holds this area, and then you close back above that area, I'll look for buys back above there. But I need something to confirm that this is gonna continue ripping. And yeah, 15 minutes until 1 hour closure. It looks like you have that wick fill. 30 minutes as well, pretty bullish. So yeah, it looks pretty bullish here. It's just a matter of the small things to line up, and then we'll be in there. All right, chat. I think that is gonna be the next idea we have here. So maybe, hopefully not a 30-hour trade. Hopefully no 30-hour trade, if we get one today. Yeah, if you get the buys, I think stops would be, would they be as deep as the sells that we had earlier? I don't think so, right? Because I would assume for buy, you give it a little bit less room, because this is like the very beginning. But assuming if you come back below these areas, you're gonna be kind of cooked. So I think, yeah, if we get ideas about 44, we can probably use I think this would be a good management point. 43.11, but then hard stops could be like here. 41.38. Yeah. Roughly above there. All right. So you got yeah, so that's like 2100, which I would be using, I think 0.03, right? If we get into buys here. All right, chat. So yeah, no pullback before, that's fine. Yeah, some little struggle here, but not much. Let's see. Could you pull back and tap into 44.39 now? So instead of like getting a steeper pullback, if you can come down, tap into these areas right here, and then re-break the highs, you can look for ideas here. I do want to see a pullback. How much is this going to require? 9 pips here. Yeah. And this can be your advantage point, right? 78 pips. Drill stops above, and then TP. This should be clean traffic as well. That's a leg candle too on the 4-hour time frame. Right? That's a 4-hour leg candle. Is it? Never mind. Not on trading view. I think it's one on MT5 though. What's trading view? It's like a regular bearish one. Yeah. So yeah, can you hold these areas here? For bottom wicks. I like these buys too because you have like kind of like still a little early, right? But it's a lot like less early. I think this would be a lot earlier, but you have some higher lows here too, holding, right? So a bit of structure. So I don't see why it shouldn't be able to come up if it comes and holds this area next, these areas here, because this is also the second time it's retesting the highs too. No pullbacks yet. Just holding. So just pushing up, right? No pullbacks. Yeah, that's fine. If it's not gonna be 44.38, let's see, could we substitute that zone for something else? Maybe 4454. And you have range all the way up until 4555. I think this was just like the next, like, I guess when we split these ranges in half, right? But I had targets at 4555. And I think that had to do with like this going left, these areas here. Maybe a little lower actually, it could be here. 4542. What I have here just now, did it tap? 4454. Yeah, let's see if that can hold. Did that tap? No, I didn't tap. Two things here. Two things actually. We could also look for wick entry buys too. But I don't think wick entry buys will be until like if you manage to come all the way down back below the 4430, like these areas here. But if it comes down to like 4454, continues to hold that zone, rebreaks the highs. That's the buy that we're gonna grab. So no wick entry. That's just like a rebreak of the highs, right? So that came close, but I wanted to see it come down a little more than that. 4454. But yeah, if it doesn't come down there, let's say it comes all the way down to 4430, it can be a wick entry buy. Worst case, if this rips up here, then we'll look for more ideas above here. 4492. I think for 4492, you just gotta get above these areas here. So I don't think we'll be in like from 4492 to like 4513, but above 4513 because of these like areas to the left here, right? But I don't think it's too much of a struggle. Once you kind of come up above like 14 and then you break above 14, like into this area, this should all be clean traffic. But I think you might struggle here. So if we can't get this, then it's gonna be above 4517, okay? But yeah, some good volume right now. Very nice, very nice. Why is your live down can't be moved to different time? You gotta ask you gotta ask like the world that or something, man. I don't know why I can't move time. There's a break on the previous 1 hour external resistance. Are you not good in for that long position? I'm good for the long position until 45, 42. I'm just trying to figure out how we're gonna get in up there. So there's different ways here. We pull back here a little more here. This might be a wick entry buy. 4530. Let me see again. Yeah, 4530 should be good. Maybe a little higher, 4533. If you pull back that far, I don't know if you are, but if you come back down below 4455, fuck it, sorry, I'll use 44s and 54. If you come back below 4454 here, and then you come back to rebreak, we still have a little room here, so we can take advantage of that. Buy stop. If it does that. Yo, 499, thanks, Orchid. Thank you, man. Would you say taking sells is a bad idea and taking buys? No, there's no like bad ideas. It's just you gotta like look at the structure and be like, at what point is it more probable to look for sells? Like, would you look for sells here? And if you do, are you looking for sells here because you think it's gonna go down, or is because it's already coming down, right? Like for me, it's sells. I want to see this. If you come down and then create a bit of structure, probably like what to happen, and then you continue to like close back below these areas, right? Because if I'm looking for buys, these are my stops. Why? Because at that point, I think it's bearish, right? So if you come back down below here, that's my sell. This would be my sell. I'm not looking for any of this though for sells. Anything here, I'm still somewhat looking for buys, right? Or not touching. But below here, right? That's when like things are actually bearish. And then what does this move? Right? You had a huge move down on Thursday, Friday last week, right? In the whole like month. This is just a pullback, lower high, if it comes down again. Did this come down tap? That's close. That was not close enough. 70 pips. So nothing here. Where's the 4-hour bottom wick gonna be at here? So you have 4 minutes, 3 minutes to a 4-hour closure. Yeah, I think 44.40, right? That's still gonna be your zone. Yeah, so let's see. I'm guessing we're not gonna be able to get this range here. It looks like it's just gonna re-break the highs and continue pushing here. So let's see how the 4 opens up. We have more buy ideas, right? Like we have range still all the way up to here. It's just I think this is the zone that I'm probably not gonna be part of next, like 44.91 to 45.12. I want to get in like into this area, but we couldn't get in anywhere. I think it shot up 300 pips, right? So above here, you still got a lot. Still got like 300 pips as well. So lots of ideas so far. Yeah, you have crazy volume these conditions, man. Well, this is the new normal volume, right? So just like I think we gotta adjust your lot sizes, but when you look at it from like a this standpoint, it looks pretty chill. Pretty chill. Pretty chill. All right, so let's see how the 4 opens up. If you had a pullback right away, it looks like you might though on the opening. But if you do, 44.34 could be a wick entry buy. So maybe we can get that. If it pulls back, another 400 pips. That's too bright. Is Vaughn gonna take this for the rest of the month? You can stay like this for the rest of the year. It's been only getting more volatile since like 2022. I don't think it'll stop anytime soon because you still gotta print all the cycles. Like, I think when you'll stop because like so far for the month of like February and March, you've had like this, and then a little bit of range in like end of February, and in March top wick, and then shift back down for like end of March, like the last 2, 3, 4 to 5 days, right? This is where you are, and now you're here again. So it's like the next step is gonna be a range, right? And then, or no, you've had this again, right? But the next step is like, okay, if you're gonna come up, you come back up above here, you're gonna have to range. After you range, you have to print liquidity, and then that after that move, okay, you have a chance of slowing down now. But you gotta remember, there's steps to the cycle. It doesn't just slow down like the next business day, just because, right? It's like you're gonna range. That doesn't mean it's slowing down though. It's just part of the cycle. Like this is gonna be very tradable. The ranges are huge, right? The same way this was too. But if anything, this might be a lot bigger than that. And then you range, and then after that, you gotta come back down, rebreak the lows to continue back up, right? But after that move, that's when you have a chance to slow down. Price will decide if it wants to slow down then. But you still got a range before that. So it's like there's no signs of ranges. Like we're not in that area yet, right? We're kind of still pumping here. Chat, we might get wick entry buys here if you pull back here. 44.34, 33.89 here. You gotta push down there like 240 pips there. Let's see. Yeah. 44.34. And then let's see, BE zones are gonna be like here, BE, trail stops, and TP can be maybe like up here for like 200. So 44.34, still got a little room. One more pop would be nice, 160 pips. If you pull back a little bit here, let's say like 44.66, I'll move it down a little bit to, I think the 29 is what I had, or 30 is what I had, but it's not much of a difference. Get ready here. So I'm going to go with a 0.03 lot, right? Stops are going to like, I think 2100 pips. 2100 pip stops, so 0.03 lot for me. A little lower than yesterday's or Thursday's. Almost. These zones here are minor zones, right? These are like my break even and trail stop zones. So it's not there. It's just 4433. I just marked it up just in case. One more push. One more pop. That's close. It's right there. 33. 60 more pips. All right. Cool. So let's move that down now. So we couldn't get that one. Move it down towards, not much though, just like 31 maybe. Not much. Let that 15 break the lows. If it does it again, then I'll move it down, I think, towards here next. 13. Maybe a little lower. That was close. That was like maybe 48 pips away. That wasn't the zone. Wasn't the exact zone. So yeah, I move it down towards 31. If it comes up above 44.56, then I'm gonna move it down back to below like 44.17. All right, so you did that. So let's remove this, delete all of this. So no wick entry sell or buys at 44.31 anymore. That was close, but it wasn't the zone. You pull back pretty, this is your steepest pullback since it's moved down, right? So now you have a little bit of structure on the way down. So I would assume that if you rebreak the lows, you get a bit of a stronger pop. And that should take you down towards here. Let me see if that lines up with anything else. Pretty sure, yeah, like in these areas, pretty good. 44.20. So that's my next wick entry sell. Okay, chat? 44.20. Or wick entry buy, not wick entry sell. Cool. But yeah, this retrace for like that would have been your first initial pop, right? 200 pips, 210 pips. That was your first initial pop. Yeah, 4420, or maybe a little lower, 4414, and then I think next after that might be like 45, 43, 4356. All right, get ready. 4414 could get on this pop. You're breaking the low, so it should be a clean traffic push. Should be one pop. And I think BE zones could be here. What is this? 80 pips? Yeah, so maybe this could be BE zones. And then right above could trail stops. And keep trailing. And TP could be like up here at 400. Something like that. So close. So 4414, same stops though, right? I think it's a little less now, but same. I think same stops I said earlier that we're using. Should be around. I think it's only going to be like 1700 now. Let's see. $1,900 now, yeah. Or you know what? Let's just use this. 4199, same stops, 2100. 2100 pips. So we have 44, 14, 18, 81. So it's gonna be down here. None of these zones here, guys. This is just like break-even trail stops areas for later, but this is 100, 200 pips away here. I'm assuming if it wasn't a breaker earlier, we had the wick entry set buy now because this is a pullback. If it is a pullback, and then if it does pull back without giving us a wick entry, then back above that blue zone is our buys. So above like 44, 45, 14 and all of that above there should be clean. But this is still valid right now. Some small lower highs, but nothing too crazy. If you like come up like this, right? And then you start shifting back, then yeah, I'll move it down like probably below to these areas or something. But from here, it's still very minor on the way down. So this is still good. Sorry. B zone is kind of random. No, so I have, if we get an entry at 14 here, this is where we're gonna enter, right? If we get the wick entry buy, and then here would be like the B zone off of just these zones here, right? See these minor zones going across. That's what I base it off of. And then zone here, trail stops, zone up here, trail stops, and then next zone could be here, and target's up here, right? So like at first you start trailing aggressively, and then if it's able to push through all these ranges, eventually above like 4438, you should be like that's the widest gap we're gonna give it. So from there it should just be like a TP, right? But at first we're gonna be more aggressive, right? Not aggressive, but yeah, more aggressive. It's gonna give us, I think VE, we're gonna have like 50 pips here, and then just stops the PE, no trailing or anything. And then next zone here, that'll be 8 pips in profit. So we'll move our break even to 50 pips in profit. We'll trail 50 pips. If it comes up towards here, then we'll trail 80. If it breaks this, comes to 220, we'll trail 130. And then eventually, yeah, if it comes up towards here, we'll trail at like 200 pips plus. And then after that, it's just if it runs, it runs. If it doesn't, then it doesn't. That's what I base it off of, just like minor zones. Looks like you're coming back up to retest the highs again. So you'd end up tapping 32, right? Yeah, if only this first time it tapped 32. But I rejected, so when it makes more structure, I always move it. So let's see. Let's see if this comes back up above here for continuation. That'll be your 1 hour flip. So I'm looking for ideas. If it's not gonna be the blue zone, it's gonna be like right here, up in D zones. That should be clean traffic. You have a huge wick fill too, a nice one above there. Did this pull back? Okay, so this pullback wasn't bad. Same as earlier. I think this is still gonna be good here. Should still be good to use 14 or 41.14. Yeah, if it's not 14, then I have 43.89. If it like does the same thing again. But right now, I still got 14. Right, it's in my zone here. But if it doesn't, let's say it comes down near 14 again, like it did up here, and pulls back, and I'll use the next area, which is 43.89. Damn, bro, what did Silver Real do? What did we catch on a trade last week? I think we caught 170. Hold on, no, correction. Oh, I didn't put the daily P&L, but we did 3%, I think, 3 point something. 3.89. 3.9. 3.09. Saturday, Sunday, 0. Today's Monday. We gotta wake up, man. I had a long weekend. Let's see, is this gonna be a pop? So these pullbacks weren't too bad yet. Like it came out to retest the same areas. I don't think it was that severe. So I'm still gonna have that same 44.14 zone here. But you gotta kind of break this and give you one consistent pop here. Six, 7 likes, 6.67 chat revenue. Chat, if you guys enjoying the stream, leave a like, man. Let's get to 100. We should be at 100 for Friday, Thursday, Friday's trade. The invisible candle, 314 viewers. Come on, what are you doing? Ooh. Let's see, is this popping? Okay, it's starting to glitch. All right. Maybe like 170 more pips or gold. All right, cool. One more. Almost. 100 more. 90 more. Next destination, I'm guessing here. I'm holding this zone so far. It's still good for 14. How far was that? 60, 70 pips away? Hey, but some nice bottom wick candles on the 5 here too. $532, $123. Yeah, we're still sitting at I think 3 losses in the last 365 days. Isn't that crazy? 3 losses in 365 days. That is actually nuts. I still got 14 here, guys. 44.14. Can we get a pop? It's got to push, though. If you flip and come back up towards these areas again, then I'm going to move it down towards 89. That's our next area. One more pop. Can we get it? It's got to be this push, though. If this flips, I'm assuming you're going to get in that lower high here. So there's a flip. Let's see. Is it going to come back up here? Looks like it is. All right, so let's delete off this here. Same thing. Let's just keep moving it down. So let's delete this. 44.14 won't be available. So yeah, 89 is what we have next. Or 43.86. But in that zone there. 89. Let's see. How far is it from here down to 89? Still 300. Maybe a little higher here. 91. Yeah. So the reason we keep moving it down is because it's not really tapping that, we're not getting that first initial pop, and on the way down it comes close and then you get a pullback, right? So those are more lower highs. So it's why I have to keep extending the wick entry area further, and it's been kind of coming down further, right? It haven't had that actual pop yet, but you can do it only for so long until structure breaks, right? But I believe structure starts breaking below 14. So yeah, this we still got a couple more areas on the way down, but I'm assuming it's gonna be 89. If not 89, then next zones could be maybe 14 might be the last one you might have. But then once you break below 14, at that point we're looking for more sells, right? Especially below 42.58 on the way down here. That's where we're looking for sells at. That's where things kind of turn over again. But yeah, 89 or 91 here I still have. So this is 230 pips away here. So do want to see a pretty big pop here. If it can be one complete motion, that'll be very nice. Maybe a little higher match of this no bottom wick zone right here. And then BE zones are gonna be here. Same thing. Trail stops above here. And then we'll keep trailing stops on the way up. And stops here are gonna be, I think, same thing as earlier. Let me see. Yeah, stops could be here, 1700. Yeah, 1700. So we can maybe use a 0.04 on this instead, because this came down so far, right, compared to where we wanted initial wick entry buys earlier. So we can move that down to, or move the lot size up, but 1700 instead of 2100. But yeah, stops could be like 42.15, right? So 1780. And then we'll look for ways to manage below like 14 or 64. I don't know about that yet, but these would be hard stops. So a little smaller than Fridays, the Thursdays. So still in the lower high yet, right? Still coming down here. Another small lower high here, but nothing too like severe. You push through 14 though, right? Came all the way down towards 06. Oh yeah, 06. Is this the steepest pullback yet? Let's see. This might be the one. Because these ones weren't too crazy, right? These ones were just one pop. Let's see if this can re-break the highs and continue back up above like 44.55, then that might be it. Let's see if this flips. This can give you a rip. I know why I see in 2 minutes too. Dario says gonna close bearish, right? All right, get ready here, guys. Almost there. 114 away. 43.93 here. Maybe a little higher to match with these no bottom wick zones here. 43.94. I know what I see in a minute, so hopefully you just open up and come straight down. That'd be nice. $20 seconds. You ready? 94. It's glitching. One more pop gold. No, that might be the one. That might be the one. How much is that? 60. I got pull back there, so let's move this down again. Damn. Oh man, okay, so let's see what's next here. So no more 89 here. No more 89. Is that the last one we had? No wick entry buys here, 89, guys. That's a little more structure there. Let's see what else do I got. You have a leg candle fill next. How close is that? 60 pips? It's like 60 pips away like every time lately, or for today so far. But yeah, so no more 89 here. I'm assuming there's a chance I can fill this range. You have a leg kind of right here. I just saw that. Where was it? On the 30. And I said earlier we can look for ideas below, or below 43.14 is when structure kind of shifts, right? Below the leg count could be decent. I think maybe like I want to see like a top wick up towards like 45.40 first, probably. If you come up towards 45.50, like you come up like this, back above these ranges, and then you start making your way down, we can look for ideas for the leg candle fill, which I think is going to be below 43.69 on the way down towards 43.39. So that's the 200 range. But I want to see it come up towards here first, because then that'll be your steepest lower high. You haven't had a steep lower high yet. Like this move down here, if you look at it, it's been like one consistent pop. Like these pullbacks are very small, right? Which is why like we keep trailing these, moving the wick entry cells down further and further. But you actually haven't had the wick entry idea or like the pullback yet. If you have something like this and then you shift like that, then yeah, right? Because like look on the small time frame, like it's been just small top wicks, right? Like what's the steepest one? This one has been crazy, right? If you get something like this, corrects it, right? That's your steepest one. That's your volatile candle. And then if it continues to re-break the lows here, continues back down below into like 43.69, below there can look for ideas for sells to come down, and that should be clean pops. And that's also going to be your leg candle fill, right? Leg candle fill on the 30 below 69 takes you down towards the leg candle fill here, which is 300 pips, 43.38. So we could get ideas for sells. It's just you might need to come up a little bit here, which means that might be the last wick entry buy we have, or the wick entry buy idea. Because I don't see anything else that I could use here. Like I had a 80, 91 or 92, 93, whatever it was earlier, but you came close, right? Just like the other ones, but what's next, you know? Like below 71, you break. That's clean traffic down towards 50. You can get a 50 maybe. Let's see what a 50 is. 50, I think 50 is, what is 50? 43.50, 43.50. Mm, 43.50, it's not bad. There's no bottom wick there in the 15 to 5. $50 might not be bad. But I think 50, I'm gonna be a lot more strict about 50, in terms of like the small pullbacks. But if it could give you one motion down towards 50, yeah, we can definitely get a 50. That won't be too bad. But I think that would be the last one. Because then below that, it's just a leg candle fill, and then that's the start of structure breaking, right? But chat, if we come up here, remember, if we come up here towards 44.52 here, and then you start breaking below 44, where's the leg candle fill? You start breaking below 43.71, we have range for 38 for sells. So lots of ideas here. It's just a matter of what happens here, right? Like you're pulling back right now. So let's see. What does be the steepest one? Will this be the steepest pullback? But look how slow it was to come down too, right? Like this whole entire motion here, this has been pretty slow, hasn't really picked up. So it can easily be corrected. So buys are still available too. I know we're looking at sells too, but buys are available. It's just buys are gonna be like once you start breaking above into like 45.15, right? So if you make your way back up to re-break the highs, continue, those are gonna be your buys. But in this area here, price is trying to figure out where it wants to go. It's a very important zone too, because you can either continue with the move from last night London, Asian London, or you could re-break the highs and add on to the structure for the higher lows. So now you'll have this your initial low, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, right? Could be the start of the correction. Also your second pullback. You say a wick entry sell. No, wick entry buy. Sorry, did I say wick entry sell? I meant wick entry buy. We don't have any wick entry sells. We don't have any wick entry sells until it's actually like bearish. So below like, probably won't be for a while, but I'm assuming below 42.63 as you break below there. Once you confirm, then that's gonna flip on the daily and whatnot. Because this could still go down, right? Like the weekly range. But I wouldn't say it's the middle of nowhere. Thursday, Friday, it was the middle of nowhere. So I was like a lot more confident with the fact that like it had that range fill, but this was the area that I was looking at more so, like 4,400. Now that I tapped that, could make its way down below here, but it's gonna have to find a way to hold 4,300 or wherever this yellow line is, right? If it continues to hold there, like let's say tomorrow or next week closes below there, then yeah, you can get continuation. You're back into this range fill. And then same thing. I think this is where your range a lot. And then once you range, you'll figure out where you want to go next. And if this happens, then holy shit, we're back in 3,000. That'll be nuts. But that's like the higher time frame. I don't know yet. For bearish counts, the probability low, no. For what? Like a reversal? I was looking at the mini higher lows on some sort of structure. Maybe it's just me with structure styles. Yeah, I mean it could be the start, right? Like I would say like if you can get this one steep pullback up, like and then back below into like 44, I think the structure for sales for me would make a lot more sense. So we can get a head start for the leg candle on the 30. When can we physically buy? Where can we plan physical buy? You mean buys? I'm looking for above like 45.19 for buys, continuation. I'm trying to figure out if this is going to continue here or this is just lower highs to continue down. Because you haven't had any confirmation. It's like if we were in that drawdown trade, let's say we got a wick entry buy here. Like let's say on Thursday we took an idea here, right? And then remember the Asian session? Like let's compare it. Asian session, we were like kind of coming up. Up until the Asian session, we were kind of coming up. We didn't know when it was going to pull back yet, but we knew that was the next part of the cycle, right? Because that's when you get more information. You can't just predict the more information, right? So in the Asian session ended up doing what? Giving that pullback. And now is when we came 200 pips away from stop loss, right? So stop loss was here. So then the hardest part now is for us to get continuation that sells. I kept saying like, yo, don't take it too seriously until you start breaking below here on that Thursday, Friday trade. So same thing, same concept on these buys too. Like once you actually break the structure, it's like, okay, high chance you have to continue down, right? Because you're re-breaking the lows and all of that. But until then, we don't have information to tell us that we're gonna head up yet, right? Because this can be your lower high and this can still come down. On Thursday, Friday, I didn't do that, but like in terms of like just information, right? We don't have the information to continue that buy yet. Unless you're just saying like, oh, this is like some fib level or something. I don't have the information yet though. I'm still waiting. So that's why for me above like 45.19, not above 91, just because like I'm gonna wait for this to kind of clear out here. But then you have a nice leg candle right here, which is what I'm looking at. See that one? So that's gonna be like above here up to there, and that's still gonna be a 400 pip range. So I don't want to predict anything in this area, right? I want to let this area, because this is the toughest area today. This is gonna kind of what's gonna lead you to the next destination today. Either you continue down, back to retest the lows, or you continue back up, right? But whatever is in this area is a little more difficult. At least now it is, since we can't get the wick entry buys no more. Look, right? This is your steepest pullback so far. But you tap 44.52 here. You tap the zone, chat. So now if you break below 7.1, could we look for continuation of sells? I think we could. So let's see. Let's see what it does. Below 7.1 for the leg candle fill. I think you got 300 pips there. I don't know why it looks so different compared to trading view here, but the leg candle on trading view is what I was looking at. Yeah, I think stops can also be like 1800 pips roughly too, so it's about the same as the sells we had earlier. It's about the same. Chat, what do you guys do? What do you guys up for the month? I think I took 4 trades this month so far. We're at 7.58%. Not bad. That's pretty good. Not a lot of trades. At least yet. Still got a week left, but how you guys doing? It's gonna be like the 1800 pips, so I'm guessing 45, 44 Penzo. 15. Nice. W Nectar. Only person that made 15%. One person is profitable this month. Nice. Very good month. Though for me, up 20 for the month. I think more so around Thursday side, I would have to do some calculations. According to my calculations, W.
Let's go, let's go.
Yeah, 30% is pretty good, man. 30%, you're chilling for 3 months. 4% for me, pretty slow. That's still good. It's still good. I think like for me, if I average like 7% to 14%, like the year ends up being like 150 to 200%. So Nectar and Josh Kidd, W percentages. I guess no one else. Later, Silverio. I know IC wasn't too crazy though. I mean, I guess all you did so far is create a top wick, but you haven't really like gone like any heavy pushes since the NYC Open. Like these candles are very tiny. And you have no news, right? Yeah, nothing. So let's see if the session picks up. Are we buying the top or selling the bottom? I gotta see. It's gonna be one or the other though. Let's see. Let's see. Pretty chill Monday though. What do you guys think? Hey Don, remember the people saying you sold the bomb your land straight? Where they at now? Gone as always, man. There's no even point of me complaining or arguing back, because they're not gonna be here for the part where I argue back. So there's no point ever. I'm on the bottom, bikini bottom. It actually goes from like, yo, you sold the bottom to you should have held for longer. That's always something to say, you know? But you gotta mark up your zones and just focus on your zones. That's it. Like this zone right now, 4452. What is gonna happen here? So this is the retest of the highs again, right? From earlier. Like you retested these zones twice, but they weren't like anything severe for pullbacks. And you can't come all the way back up here. That was your biggest one since. But the way up was pretty slow. How long does this take to kind of range? Like, starting to create a range now, like 50 candles, so about an hour of range here. Let's see if that picks up now. I think the 4 and 1 could be flipping here too. Let's go, let's go. Let's go, let's go. Pushing. Let's see, can this continue? You got about 490 more pips here until we can start hunting. Which is like 40 pips here. Don't stress. It's like 40 pips, basically, in those terms. Fried, yes, fried. So holding 5-4 still. Still holding these areas. Came up, broke the highs. First breaker could be a fake out. So, I mean, we're not doing anything in this range for a reason, right? But what did I say earlier? 4371, right? I wonder if we can get a little earlier below here. Maybe 87 instead. How much is this range below here? You got range for 100 pips, 140. Then what if you can clear this? Then you got this. Let's see. So yeah, you got a bit more information here, right? So first initial pop down, first deep pullback up. Let me just trace it. So you had these small pullbacks here, right? Then first deep one up. I wouldn't even count that one. Let's put it like this. And then now you have the first higher low since the first pullback up. So this is very important because from here, if price ends up holding, let's say this zone here, and then price ends up coming back up to re-break these highs, right? Above here, we're looking for our buys. So if it does that, then that's your continuation up. But it's important here because if price from here decides to make its way back down below here, below there, now you have, this is your initial lower high, right? This high came all the way back up to break these highs earlier and it shifted all the way down for what? Why would I do that for? I don't know. But if it does come all the way back down after the re-break its low, then that's your lower high, that's structure. And at that point, you can start heavily looking for more sells, right? So that's like your liquidity. At that point, I'll be, okay, cool. We can look for the buys or the sells, right? And that's below this 7-1 zone. But this right here can also just be, again, like your higher low to continue. So still trying to figure that out. That's some volume spike. Yeah. I wonder where this NYC volume is. Like it still hasn't arrived yet. Like these candles are very tiny still. Call of Duty? I used to play Warzone like crazy. Played Apex, COD. Chat, what's the best shooter game right now? Arc Raiders? That's a loot game. Secretly off stream. My secret game that I play off stream. I don't know, like NHL. Battlefield 6. I played a little bit of that and then I just got bored. NHL, man. Can someone tell me a nice sessions indicator? I think you go on TradingView, search up like the one that breaks up your sessions. Yeah, I think TradingView has that. I think you gotta search up an indicator like sessions and then it'll pop. It should be there. What's WLT? Oh, I tried playing Diablo. Not my game though, but I tried. Too much info. Hello. League of Legends? No, I'm not that type of Asian. I'm supposed to play that game though, but my brain doesn't allow me. I don't know. I can't. Too much information. I'm like, yeah, no. Valorant? No, I'm not that type of Asian. I can't. It just my Valorant too sweaty. Way too sweaty. I like to play NHL, guys. Like NHL is like chill, or like sports games. I play a lot of like MLB, NHL, NBA. I used to play a lot of 2K. I grew up playing a lot of 2K, and then yeah, but I never played FIFA. Maybe on my PSP, FIFA 12 with Barcelona and Messi. That was good. And then Madden. I played a little bit of Madden too. Like Madden, I used to be good at. But it's been a while. GTA. COD too, but not anymore. Siege. Oh, I want to play Rainbow Siege. It looks fun. Rainbow Siege. What's that? What'd that mean? Rainbow Siege. Looks sweaty though. But you can play Rainbow on PSP, right? Or PS5. Fuck, I'm getting old, man. World Tanks. I've never heard of. Oh wait, I think so. Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, but didn't Rainbow Siege come out in like, when did that come out? Like, a long time ago? PUBG. I missed it. PUBG and H1Z1. I missed that. I missed the whole H1Z1 PUBG and Fortnite. I missed that whole 3-4 eras. I was playing like NHL and 2K. Like I missed 3 decades. Hit champ on Siege. That's why I know I'm gonna be profitable. Sheesh. What's hit champ? Like max level? Yeah, I mean, you have the dedication. I don't see why not. Fuck. Go, can you like do something? Yeah, but 1 hour closure here. 1 hour has no bottom wick here, chat. Close bearish, but it's a pretty weak bearish candle. So it's still holding that structure. Now this could be seen as like your higher low, right? So then now it's just about breaking above there, man. You break above there, you should be good. We should be good. 45, 46. I would say there's no bottom wick right now, so we gotta find a way to confirm that will be, or either if you get a bottom wick first, or if it doesn't get a bottom wick, and then you just start like making your ways above into these areas, and the same trade as Thursday. We'll be buying the top this time though. But if you make your way up above here and then you continue to hold structure here, right? Because then let's say price comes up like this, pulls back, you look like this, right? You still have no bottom wick, but ideally when you reject, you should come down for a bottom wick. Let's say you don't come back up to re-break the highs, that's your push, right? That would be your push on gold. So what's happening, you might see the candle looking like this on the 1 hour time frame, no bottom wick, but on the smaller time frame, when you look at the structure, it just did this, right? This was a chance it had to create a bottom wick, but it doesn't. So in case the 1 hour doesn't have a bottom wick, that's something we could alternate to, like look at as well. If you had a bottom wick first, it's a different story, right? You can just look for straight buys above 45, much less of a pullback needed. Right, so that's how I'll utilize my confirmations. And yeah, you have a lot of range up here, so this would be good. So I don't know where stops are yet because I don't know where we're gonna get in, but yeah, session my is not my is even not started yet. Poker? Nah, I don't know how to play poker. So buy or sell? About to find out here. Man. Chat, if you guys are enjoying the stream, leave a like, sub to the channel. I think we gained like 200 subs on or 150, something like that, on Friday stream. If you guys are enjoying the stream, make sure you leave a like. It's free. 114 likes right now. Let's get to 150. Still no positions, but I think we came close, I think 3 times to them for the wick entries. Am I in position? No position right now. Just waiting. Also, I think Friday is the last day of the week, right? No, Monday, Tuesday is Tuesday next week. So Tuesday next week is withdrawal day. So whatever we make here, I think so far we made, or I made here. How much moolah? How much moolah am we gonna withdraw? So 163, right? Let's say it's here. What's 30% of that? So this is where we end off. We're gonna withdraw my fried. I'm gonna withdraw $48. So yeah, I withdraw 30% of my profits per month. That's the routine. So end of the month or beginning of the new month, that's when I withdraw. So total on this account, we've withdrawn roughly 30% of our profits so far. So we drew, I think total is 664. So we're about to be like break even no matter, well, $400 more and we'll be like break even no matter what, basically, on the account. Because we started at 1,000, right? Have you seen the news? No. No news. You talking about just these folders? This stuff? Makes sense. What's up, man? Do you think we will be bullish this week? It's too early to say. This like without even that Thursday was too on that. What can't you sell that we got? Right? It's just that this is a second move. We were in the first move the first time, so there's a lot less pressure for price to retest the lows. The second time, it's like you already got the first initial pullback, right? It's good if you do come down, though. Once you do come down, it's a higher chance you have to drive because now you have more structure. But it's not a higher chance that we are going to come down yet. Does that make sense? What the? Why? It's too far for you? Well, if you're asking in terms of like when will be like bullish, like we'll know that will be bullish, I'll say above 47.93. Like if you're looking at like the 1 minute, 15 minute, you know, when we bullish, that's a whole different story, right? But in terms of like structure, look at this major move down, right? You haven't even flipped yet. You're still bearish on these candles, right? So yeah, it's gonna take a bit until it's actually bullish again, and that's more likely above 7.3, maybe even higher, maybe like 5,027. But that doesn't mean we can't buy until that area. Like we could buy like today, right? Because we're looking at this much smaller time frame structure as well. But in terms of like directionally, higher time frame, it's a little higher. Is 44.70 a good entry for sales? Or not? 44.70. I don't have any sales there. If you're asking me, I'm waiting for this to I'm waiting for this to figure out where it wants to go. I don't think we've moved today yet. I'm waiting for this range to kind of clear out now. I couldn't get my wick entry buys earlier, so now I'm just trying to figure out if this is gonna be bullish or not. So I have it above here. For sells, I don't know. It could be like this thing still has no bottom wick. You can base off smaller things like that, right? But yeah, I'm looking for like, I guess you're looking for maybe a smaller time frame thing. I'm looking for something that makes a session bullish. So yeah, it could be. I'm not sure. I don't have anything here though. Is 4,100 a strong resistance? You mean support? It's stronger than this area on Friday. It's stronger than where we had a wick entry sells at. Yeah, because you kind of tapped into this weekly range right here. So in order to continue down now, I think you gotta make your way below 42.89. Below there, you have the wick fill and range fill. And then that's when I'll know if this will be strong, because this could still be a higher low, right? We tapped the range fill. Thursday, Friday, when we got into that trade, there was something missing. There's really nothing missing here. You could say it's missing here, but overall, you tap like something, right? Like on Thursday, Friday, it was the middle of nowhere. This isn't really the middle of nowhere. You tap like a zone. So if it makes its way back down below 42.89, then yeah, this won't be no longer a strong support. If this continues flipping, all right, creating structure, then yeah, this could be your strong support. But I'm not too sure. That's like really far away from where we are right now. But we did tap 42.89, so that's good. That's like that's a pretty major zone. Next major zone is down here. So we're like, I guess like in the middle of this range we are somewhere. But I won't know until we come down. Do you scalp or only longs? I scalp. I scalp tops and bottoms. How about 45.8 rather than 41? It's same thing. It's like 50 pip difference. Or 500 pip difference. It's not much of a difference there. It's like right there. It's either going to be 41 or 3976. Yeah, look at this area right here. Right? This is where I'll draw my support at. I don't think there's anything here. So that's, if you come back down and re-break that low, you're likely going to come down towards where? Towards here. Right? Which is that trade we had on Thursday and Friday. Same thing. All right. So we're starting to push up here. Is it picking up? Like, kind of. It's not bad. The move down and the move up have been similar. I mean, this move here was pretty strong initially. So, Yeah, let's see. Can I get by this blue area? We are, I think, 300 pips away. It's not bad though. What do you guys give today? I think I'll give it 5.5 so far. Could be a 6 though. Maybe it is a 6 actually. I'll give it a 6. Don, where can I buy your journal? WABZXYZ. Did you remove something that I can't go back? You can't replay on my stream? Or are you talking about the Friday one? The Friday one is long gone. I can't even put it up if I wanted to unless I repost it. My stream is offline? It's offline. What'd that mean? What does that mean? The current stream isn't allowing you to scrub back. Oh. Why not? Live chat replay. Oh, what the? What did I touch? One second. Why can't enable DVR? Oh, okay, try now. My bad, I don't know why that was off. Try now. Refresh and try now. And then leave a like. Daily flipping. Yeah, they did daily flipped a little earlier though. Yeah, daily flip 5-2. Chat, we're making our way up here. Can we get a pop? Let's see. Could this be it? Hold on, let me see. 4451, 4451, 4451. Oh, right there. Let's see. So I know I reset above 4515, right? Let's say we pull back now to like 4454. If it does that, then instead of 4514, we can look for here instead, 4492. But that's only if it pulls back here like this, because then we just look for this range. But if it doesn't pull back here, then above here, right? For the range fill. And yeah, you have all that range up. Is that a leg candle on a 30 earlier, right? What was it again? Was it a leg candle? I think it was I guess you could say, yeah, you got a body reaction on the 4-day leg candle. Now you're coming back up to re-break the highs there. Okay. Nice. How much of an issue is here? This should be clean traffic, right? Above here, up. Yeah, above there, up. And above here could be decent too if you get a pullback now. So yeah, two things. Like if you get a pullback now towards like 4452 from here, then above here. But if not, then above here, above 4516. That'll be fun too. But I'm mainly looking for this 1 hour wick fill here and range fill. Starting to glitch here too. That's good. Okay, what are stops gonna be? If we get above here, we could use this, which is I think is 1600 pips. So that's not bad. We use the 0.04. If we get above here, I think same thing. I think either way we'll use like a 40. We'll use this stop right here at 43.32. So yeah, I'll use the same like 0.04 a lot. I don't know if we're ever gonna see like a 500 pip stop ever again, or like a 200 pip stop. Starting to glitch here. That's good. Some minor zones here. I don't think this is too major though, like 4,500, but there is a minor zone there. So I'll place it there. Maybe if this pulls back as well, if this can pull back towards like 4470, then maybe above here could be something instead. Chat, did it fix? Can you guys replay now? It's working? Cool, cool, cool. Stops and same buys. Yeah, you heard my stops, right? You heard what I said? I think it's gonna be 43.34. It's gonna be like this 1 hour low here. So like right around there, around 1600. All right. Nice. So the volume is definitely creeping in. Starting to glitch. How much range you got? This to here is 170. So then I think this would be like BE. And then right above would be trail stops. If you just get the buys. I'd say, chat, if from here, like it's either we pop up above the blue zone here or it pulls back to like 44.91 and then it re-breaks. We can also get the re-break on the way up towards the blue zone fill, but if not, then above 45.18, right? Yeah, so this is volume now kicking in. So get ready here to get the ideas. If it pulls back here towards 45.02 and then comes back up to re-break, we can get the re-break here. Still got a little bit of extra range there, but we'll have a little more range on the way up too. Or I wonder if we can get wick entry buys actually too. Can we get the wick entry buys too? No, I'll just leave it. I'll just leave it the regular buys. Yeah, just leave the regular buys. Because you already pulled back earlier. This will be the second pullback. All right, let's see. Can you tap into 4502? All right, 4502 tap. So yeah, now if you come back up above, let's see if it's one motion though, right? Above 4513, you can look for ideas above there instead of above the blue zone. But yeah, you got a pullback here. That's good. So let's see, are you gonna re-break? And then this should be, I think BE could be here, and then trail stops. I don't know where trail stops are, maybe here. Yeah, so 50 pips BE, and then up here is trail if you get the break. So is this gonna re-break the highs there? And remember the 1 hour candle that I was talking about earlier? If the 1 hour candle is a no bottom wick issue, we'll see it pull back, right? And then you have that structure that prints. It's like there's no reason as to why. If it comes down, that should be what takes it down towards the flip, right? But instead, it re-breaks the highs again. That structure above the high should be continuation, and the 1 hour won't be too much of an issue because you kind of already have a bottom wick prior at 8 on that low there, right? That's our higher low. So I don't, like, this may not be an issue if this just rejects. Because on this move up, you now have like this all the way down to here, this all the way down to here, and this, right? So you see it? Like you've had this initial move here, boom, boom, high, high, low, low, high, high, or wait, high, 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 and then low, low, and then now it's coming back up to re-break the highs, right? So that's your new high. So if it does that, then that should give you a pop, right? Look at all the structure, higher lows, and that should be continuation. So if the 1 hour is an issue, we won't be part of the issue, right? We'll see it come down. And earlier I was saying, like, could we get the wick entry buy? But I don't think so, because this already kind of pulled back at like 8, 9. Right, that was the first wave. This is the second wave of pullbacks now. So I'd rather just take the continuations if there is. But yeah, above here should be good still. 4514. If you come back up. What was off this zone again? 7-6. We can delete off this, right? So I got a lot of things are going on, but we can kind of delete all these areas for now. If you get a correction of all this again, chat, below 43.38, that's when you're gonna kind of get that continuation. But man, it's really far. Let's see. Yeah, it was 80M highs or 80M lows. $30-minute close there. Nice bullish closure. 1 hour starting to flip near it. So if this 1 hour is an issue, we'll see this flip. This is a leg count too. We're back up at the entry area again from Thursday. The lows. So get ready here, guys. Could be positions above 45.15 here. You got a low, right? So if the 30-minute candle was an issue, this can help it. If you re-break, if this doesn't re-break above here, then that 30-minute flips bearish, and then that takes you down towards a 1-hour flip. Right, and that, I think in the past, whenever we'll see like a 1-hour no bottom wick, would just like not take anything. But I think there's like ways you can confirm whether it's gonna like flip and be an issue or not. Sell at 44.99 or nah? But you gotta relax. You gotta chill out. You're looking for like an idea off of every single movement on the charts, man. You gotta relax. You gotta learn a little bit of probabilities, right? You can't just take any single movement. Like, it's okay to take your positions. I'm sure whatever you're calling out is like good, but man, you're constantly in hunt mode. Price is not always gonna give you a constant hunt mode. You can't just come onto your charts and expect to always be hunting. Sometimes like there's literally nothing you can really do about the ranges if you have a playbook. But the whole day that you've been saying, yo, is this a good position? Is that a good position? Is this a good position? Like, too many how many trades you got today? Damn. I scalped like 5 times for both. All right, scalped. Through the hunting. Yeah, man, I don't know. You gotta develop. I mean, I guess you still say you're new, right? So you gotta develop. Once you like start taking more, you gotta journal. That's what you gotta do. You gotta journal. If you can't journal all your trades, you're over trading. You gotta journal. Matter of fact, use a TBJ journal. It's a whole chore. You got like a million things to fill out. Matter of fact, use these 2 journals together. If you can journal all of your 5 trades, you know, fill in your own ideas here, good. If you can't, you're taking too many trades, man. You see all of this? If you can fill out all this info for all 5 times, then you actually get some stats off of it, and then you won't be overtrading no more. Second rebreak, I think so, man. This thing's coming down pretty slow, pretty slow. I'm fried, yes, fried. Look for a playbook. No, you can make your own playbook, man. But you gotta know what you're taking, right? So you gotta journal, and then you start naming your plays. Like, oh, this type of move and this is like, my fucking eggnog play, right? And this right here is like, I don't know, anything you want. The icebox play, and now you have the icebox play and the eggnog play. So every time you see that exact move, you're looking for that exact position, and eventually over the years you get like 11, 12 plays, whatever it is, and then you would know like what. Let's say the eggnog play has a 60% win rate, but then the icebox play has an 80% win rate. What are you gonna do now? Get rid of the eggnog play. It no longer works. The other one is better. And then you keep adding new plays over the years and improving that playbook. And that's trading. After that, you're actually trading now. Welcome to the markets. Welcome to the game, man. You're officially trading now. But if you're over here just like, you don't know what the fuck you're taking, just looking to make a buck, you'll never find a game, man. Like, you'll never make it in trading. But that's the hardest thing to learn, right? Once you learn that, you're good. Or once you like make that part of your routine, you're good. Bit me some. Yo, that was an eggnog candle right there. All right. Are we gonna have no trades today? I'll be here until 11, chat. 11, so 20 more minutes. See what market picks up or not. It looks like for the most part today, like you've had that nice push at 7, right? 1,500 pips within the 15-minute candle span. And then you kind of just slow down through this area, which makes sense because this is kind of where it ranged last. So spent a lot of time here. Then it started to break out here. Higher highs, higher highs, higher highs. But yeah, higher lows, higher lows. But it hasn't given you a consistent pop like it did at 7. Right? But you are coming down for a bottom wick now, so let's see what occurs here. But this is your range. Can we get a wick entry buy? What is this? 44, 41. No, definitely not. That's the rebreak of lows. No. So yeah, just continuations by the looks of it. Yeah, just continuations I have here. I don't have any wick entry buys. Sells could still be a thing too, but you gotta kind of find a way to push through all these ranges here, right? If you can do this below here, you can start looking. It might glitch down too. Just look how slow it took to come up. It might glitch down for all I know. There's a missing bottom wick on the 1 hour candle right here, around 15, and the 1 I think. That was your 7 a.m. push, so that could be corrected still. It could still be bearish for all I know. All right, huge move. This can be your lower high. So, yeah, just be patient. Sometimes the move might not play out until like 11, or the move might not come until later in the session. And it comes quick too. But I don't think it's fair to say that we had a glitch today for the NY session, aside from the 7 a.m. push a lot earlier. Pay attention to how it's coming down here too. Like you have all of this range here. Let's see how fast it corrects it. If it does, and then that's your 4-hour flip. If the 4-hour flips, or 1-hour flip, if the 1-hour flips, you have a 1-hour wick fill. If you break the wick fill, I wonder if we can get some sell ideas below 5,390. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I know it's far, but 800 pips. Yeah, that's him. Did the leg count come from lemon eggs? Damn, you just realized that, Pencil? You just realized that. No way you just realized that's where it came from. Go looking real glitchy. Shit looking real rangy. Oh, right here? Maybe. We looking for a new playbook? W, man. W mindset shift. See? That's all it takes. We making one? Yeah, man. We making one. I'm gonna get some water, chow down. Okay. A little bit of volume. What is this? A little bit of volume. Let's see if you can, let's see how fast it takes to correct this now. So we actually could get the cells below. Let's see. So this is a range, right? This took like, this didn't spend too long. I think this range was a lot more. This range here was only like maybe a couple candles there, like 16 candles. So if it's a 1-2 pop to clear, that's the 1-hour flip. So we'll see what happens for the 1-hour flip. So yeah, if this is an issue, man, we'll find out. A new crew rig. What's that? Espresso machine?
Let's go, let's go.
Let's go, let's go. Let's see. 45, 49, 43, 92. What was it again? 45, 9, 45, 49. That might not be too bad of a wick entry sell area. And 43, 92 is the one of our lows, right? Yeah, that might not be bad of a wick entry sell area if you don't end up getting the or if you get the buys in the sells. Yeah, let's see. How many times did I say let's see on the stream? It's always let's see. Let's see. Because it is let's see. We gotta see. We can't just assume. We gotta see. Let's see. You think it's a good buy? Let's see. You think we're gonna tap the zone? Let's see. We'll see. Right? Because you're always like waiting to see it first. And then you got people saying, you missed the move, Don. Let's see. If I miss the move, then by 11 when I hop off, it's nothing. GG's. But let's see. What's your strat? I mark up my areas for the session. During the session, those areas change. I then open my playbook and I'm looking for ideas within my playbook. So a lot of it, to be honest, is just like basically market structure, right? I mean, this is the playbook. This is the playbook. So you can use it on the smaller time frame, a higher time frame. But yeah, this is my strategy. So right now we're sitting in like drive/range. Drive, range. You look for a lower time frame liquidity. So that gives you breakouts, fakeouts, and I guess onions, which is what catches buys. Yeah, drive, range, right? So you have like higher time frame drive. You have a bit of a range here starting to form. And now we're trying to figure out like what's gonna happen outside this range. So then you could take breakouts, fakeouts, and onions. So meaning that if you get a breakout outside the range, I'm assuming that's gonna be above here. So above there, we're gonna look for a bias. If it's gonna be a fake out, then it's gonna come down back into the range like that. We'll look for a bias here. Or it could be an onion where you come down and wick entry buys, but I don't think we're looking for that right now. But yeah, we had like ideas earlier on this. Where is it? This push up at 840. We came close a couple times, and then ever since then, you kind of just been ranging. Like there hasn't been much that's been happening. Ranging, and now we're just waiting to see if you are gonna come back up to break above 45.14 for continuous trend buys, or if we are gonna flip on the one. And if you flip on the one, you fill the wick here, which means that below here, 43.92, we can start looking for more continuation of sells, right? But it's just basically waiting for structure to pick its direction right now, because there's a little bit of conflict, right? We have this huge move down. You had this can be a lower high to come down, continue to sells down, or you can start creating like some structure, right, to continue back up and to correct that entire move from Sunday, Monday. So we're just waiting for structure to kind of tell us where it's gonna go, and we haven't really had that throughout the session. You meditate? No meditation. I meditated in charts. I'm meditating right now. Yeah, we're just waiting here, man. But 6 more minutes here, or 7 more minutes, and then we'll start placing session stop losses, right? And then we'll see where it goes from there. All right, chat? But yeah, it's about to be 11 here, so not sure what his volume is though. I was looking at 44, 45, 49 too. That could be a wick entry style idea. But you kind of got to pop up from here. Good day today. I thought we had more potential for the session. When I saw 7 a.m., I'm like, holy shit, we're gonna move today. It's been okay. Diddy flip and bullish. Might be looking for buys though. Don't you think so too? Yeah, I'm looking for ideas for buys above 45.15, but it just hasn't came up to break above there yet, and we're lacking a lot of volume right now. On the way down at least, so maybe this move up could be a lot quicker, but yeah, I'm looking for buys above there to fill that range. You're looking for sells or buys? Both. I'm looking for buy ideas depending on how we come up above these ranges here on the way up, and then I'm looking for sell ideas, like I'll say more so within these ranges, but in between here I'm not really doing much because I don't know where it's gonna go in between. No clue. No clue, man. No clue. M10 production. What's up, man? Hey, at least it's not a 30-hour stream, guys. So when I woke up this morning, the first thing my girl said to me was, please don't take another 30-hour trade. And I was like, say less. I'm looking for that next 30-hour trade. Hunting. Chat, movie coming soon. The live replay isn't up, but we have a trailer coming for that 30-hour trade soon. Coming soon. 30-hour trade. The channel's longest trade ever. LOLs. Longest trade ever, and it wasn't 10 pips? Exactly. Actually, in this pip session, it was 10 pips, to be honest. In this pip session, 17 pips. We're in the pip session right now, guys. That's why these ranges are huge. Alright, gold, like 1 hour closure in the minute here. Oh yeah, also the new community is open for YouTube, so you can post whatever you want in the YouTube com. It is now open. Panzo, you can start posting your stuff there. All right, 11 a.m. 11 a.m. So 11. 1 hour close. Week bullish. So nothing much has changed. Not much has changed. Guys, also, I really believe that we are in the very early stages of like this market cycle. Like I think the market cycle started to shift between like January and February, and then it only just picked up in March. So it usually lasts a couple months. I would imagine until like maybe May, like May, April, end of April, May, maybe June. And usually there's a break before the summer cycle, which is at June, July, August, September. So maybe, yeah, until May, and then June gets a little choppy again, transitions again, and then next cycle. But it's still the early stages here, right? We usually eat when it's like mid-cycle to end cycle, because that's when it's like just constantly flowing. So October was good for us. November was good. December was good. That was like end cycle. The cycle I think started in like July. So then there was a time period in July where it was really slow too for us. We barely had any trades, right? I think it was July or June, July, something like that. July, August, and September, October, November just picked up. And December picked up. And January got a little slow again. February got a little slow. March just picked up. So again, it's very, very early, man. If you can sit through these areas here, you'll be good. A lot of times, because like when you transition from cycle to cycle, you're like frustrated, right? Because it's like there's nothing happening, there's no moves, And then the first move you see, which was like the last week, it's like you're just going balls deep now. It's like, it's just a start. You should get continuations of that movement. Not bias necessarily yet, but movement. And that's when we eat. So save your bullets. Onto your bank account right here, man. This is the account. This is the only account. All right, man. Let's see. 11 still not picking up. Wow, these streams feel so short now. 2 hours and 30 minutes already. But yeah. Let's see what this does. One hour candle. Yeah, let's see if it fills that wick. It's looking like it might be GG's though. I don't know what to even expect there for volume. Is this glitching? Is it? Can I post a regular comment there? No, I think you can post pictures and stuff. Yo, enter sells right now. Sell now. Oh, okay. Enter buy? Oh, okay. Now we got 2 positions. First Red Bull sponsored trader. Yo, that would be crazy. Yo, D's core. At least you're up for a day though, right? D's core 19. Go eat com tam first, then make a trade. Okay. Com tam. You know what that is? You guys ever went to a Viet restaurant and eat like... Yo, Viet people be eating some crazy shit for breakfast. Like, we be eating like... Fucking like... Bumbo way for breakfast. Like eating like some big ass food plates. I don't even think Vietnamese people believe in breakfast. They just eat lunch or eat. You ate a live snake heart? Yeah, man, I can't do that. Snake heart. It was like beating, right? In like a shot glass. And you drink alcohol. Vodka. I think it's called vodka snake heart shot glass or something. It's like beating in there. You look at it beating, and then within the alcohol, like they kill the snake in front of you too. You felt power after? Oh, depends. I think once you post though, it has to get approved. So I don't know. Yes, weird. How's that weird? Y'all ever ate chicken heart? Is it chicken heart? Yeah, I think it's chicken heart. Or you guys ever ate beef tongue? Ox tongue? Oxtail we eat. I mean oxtail's goated. I don't like lamb though. Lamb's alright. Man's be eating anything, I swear. That was mad racist, wicked. I know I know that's mad racist what you just said. Man's be eating anything. You can't add photos in the YouTube community? Really? Let me see. You should be able to post. No links. I no links and stuff, but I think posting could be good. Should be good. This range is boring, bro. I mean, that's why I'm not really doing anything in it. This thing is just sitting here. I don't have a session stop loss yet, though. I wanted to let this 1 hour candle move a little bit. I think we'll place one at like 45, 49 for now. Try if this. I know we're looking for buys earlier above here, but if it moves slowly up, man, and we're just gonna get rid of the buy ideas above 44.14. I still do have wick entry sell ideas at 45, 49. So that's the next thing. We're still really far though, 509 pips away. A wick entry sells at 45, 49 could be doable if you make your way up there. But yeah. Can you make the cam bigger and chart size of your cam? Like this? I bet. Yeah, looking for some ideas here, right? So like, yeah, I see the zone right here. Once you approach that zone, that's when we're looking for the wick entry sell. But it has to make its way up there first, you know what I mean? See that price point right there. Yeah, I see it, right? I bet. I think also like if you could like, oh, too canvas too big. Yeah. So basically, like, I'm just trying to figure out really what's gonna happen within this range here, right? So this range is like a no range, like no trade range for me at this point. It was earlier today, but then as we got into the session more, it just became more rangy and rangy as we went on, right? So at this point, I think it's just best we avoid it and wait for something to kind of break out. And that might not even be today, you know, that might be tomorrow, but we'll be here tomorrow for that, you know what I mean? But yeah, this range here, like we had some nice wick entry buys earlier. We had a continuation. I think that was like very clean. Like this one right here, that was super clean. And then, yeah, just continuation at this point. But maybe Asian might pick up for us. I hope we don't range again for Asian, London, and New York. I hope at least Asian breaks out and then London ranges and then New York tomorrow moves or something. You know what I mean? That would be like perfect if we get that. But yeah, man. Jay, you have like the hat though? OVS, DVS. You know what I mean? Double O. Anything on this side? What's on this side? Some stuff there. Merch coming soon. I like cookie. Golden Smarties. You can go on Temu. That's where all these brands get their stuff anyways. They just go on Temu, buy a bunch of these things, and then they sell this hat. This hat they probably sell for like the Twitter streetwear brands. It goes for like maybe $375. $250 actually. Ian Connor be selling his sickle hats for like fucking $300. So yeah, but they just get the stuff from Temu. The hat you can go on like AliExpress, get a regular template, whatever, order bulk orders, right? And then they just put the hard part is you gotta make it, right? You gotta actually put the time into like put all the studs in and all of that. But they be selling this for $300, man. Easily. Please, I can't really see the charts. Nothing. You can't see it. Right there. Are you coming back on today before 4? No. This is unless it's like we're in drawdown, we're in a trade. I wouldn't really be on for that long. No. This is gonna be the session. Let's see. So, Tab, we're coming down to the end of it, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, you see this right here. So, if you actually make your way down below into these areas here, and it ranges, we'll hop off. But if it glitches through here, we'll be here for that. Okay. So we're close, like super close. Really, really close here. Oh, that's not bad for Poland, Penzo. But that looks like a little bit of Chinese Viet. Oh, we're actually glitching. Okay, for real. Let me go back to this. Yeah, we're actually glitching down here. Let's see. A little bit. Let's see if it actually glitches. Started to glitch a little better. Started to move, right? Like this range here, I think filled a lot faster on the way down here. So if you can clear that, that'll be something. That'll be some information right there. But you have a lower high here, 4-hour candle, or 1 hour. Is it the 1 or the 4? What was it again? The 1. The 1 flipped, right? Oh, now we made a bottom wick for that candle, right? So it came down to the low earlier that we wanted to see break. Now let's see if the 4 can break. The 4 break is where it gets pretty serious. 43.92. Once you make your way down below the 4 flip, man, you are gonna be, could be GG's. You have a leg candle right here at 43.75. So depending on how fast this is, where's the leg candle again? 43.71. 43.71. Yeah, it depends on how fast this range is. It's still like 600 pips, but if that clears fast, man, you have a 1 hour leg candle below. I know it looks a little different, MT5, there's a little gap there. But, wait. No, it's not the 1. 30-minute leg candle. Right? Right there. It looks a little different, MT5. But on TradingView, I'm looking at this one right here. Right? So you got the body reaction earlier. You got a top wick. If you make your way back down there, this should be glitching through. Like 71 down. So then 71 down, we actually could get sells. And that's going to be a range of like 250 pips right there for you of a range. So yeah, it could be very, very tradable here, man. Let's see. Let's see what the market gives us, right? But you need a glitch here. You're still a little far. But I think this is the best volume you've had since maybe, what time? This is the most volume you've had since maybe 8:50, 8:40 when we first hopped on. So it gets a little freaky here. But yeah, could get some. What is this? I look like the guy from Men in Black. You know that chair, Men in Black? I've always wanted that egg chair. With the pen? Men in Black 2. What do you mean, bro? We are not some small village. I don't know. Hold on, chat. 1 second. All right, chat. I think we're gonna have a session stop loss, man. I just spoke to Jerome. I think we're just gonna move it down. I don't know. Like, I don't know if it's gonna come up from here. This is a support zone. If it comes up and breaks, I think I'm just gonna call it a day because earlier when we wanted the wick entry sales at 45.49, it was when price was a little more slow, right? So if price continues to stay slow and spikes up towards 49, I'm expecting a reaction. Like, you would assume that we're no slow here, like within all of this, whatever this is, right? This range here, as it makes its way up, spike up, what can't you sell? Valid, because then you're expecting like price to kind of flip bearish from there on out, right? And then who knows what's gonna happen after range continuation, who knows, right? But first initial reaction there. But now you have like a pullback. You actually have a pullback on price. You have some range pullbacks, right? It's coming down. So if it comes up again, what do you have now? More structure. What do you have more than? Continuations. What's the issue with that? You gotta wait for closures and all of that. So that's gonna be, I don't know what time, right? It could be a little later. So yeah, it makes sense now to move the session stop loss to this high. And if there's anything that we're gonna look for today for the rest of the day, or for the rest of my session here until I hop off, the next play I can have probably is maybe just continuation of sells below 92 or below 71 down. And the only way we can get that is if you move down with volume, because we need volume to trade here. Right? So yeah, I'll move my session stop loss to there, and then we'll go off of that. Okay? I think we're still far though. This is like 800, 700 pips. So it's only really if it glitches. Are you expecting buys now? I don't know what's gonna happen yet. I do know below 7-1 or above 45-14, because this is one massive range now. It's not that the fact that it's a massive range. It's just like there's not much clear concepts within the range. Like usually ranges are fine to trade, right? But there's not anything clear in this range. There's no direction like set right now. But that could come later, right? That can come like at 12 or 1, 2, whatever. But we're gonna hop off that like very shortly if this breaks. So yeah, it's really only if you push here. If the impossible happens, we can get an idea. But tomorrow, chat, we have some more news. I think tomorrow you have flash manufacturing PMI at 9:45. So that's not bad. Should bring in some volume. And then Thursday, unemployment claims. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, you have nothing. So pretty slow news week. But yeah, welcome to the week, man. Not a bad start. Very decent movement. You think it's a good probability to fill the wick of the 9 a.m. 1 hour candle? 9 a.m. 1 hour candle? Sorry. It's a good probability. Here's how I view it. There is a wick fill there, but I think what the issue with this is that like earlier when it was coming up, right? Because I know price is overall bearish, overall bullish all-time highs, daily bearish, bullish on today's session. So like this move up is bullish for today's session, and on the way up, if you look at this, you've had a little bit of higher lows on the way up. This is your initial low, and that's your higher low, that's your higher low. So I seen that 1 hour earlier as a higher low. Can it come down to fill the wick? It could. But I think if I'm gonna attempt like sells, like because right now I have sells like below here. I'd rather take it below there. But from where we sit right now on price, right? But if price decides to come up here, comes up like this, fills that range, and then it comes down back below, that's when I'll look for more of the sells to fill that wick. So can it be filled? I think possible, yeah. But is it enough for me to enter a sells just to figure out that wick fill? I need to see this actually fill the range first, because there could still be something missing here. So that's why right now I don't have anything there. I'd rather wait for this. If we don't create a steeper top wick below here, will be okay. So you just move the zone down. That's like your range 2 breakout basically, right? Below here. If you close below there, then that's a straight move down. That's like clean traffic, and that'll be your move to retest the lows. And the same thing that happened on Friday, Thursday, when we got the wick entry sell came up, same thing will happen again here, right? Same movement. We gotta confirm this. You know what I mean? So is it possible? I think so. But is it enough? I don't know. I don't think it's enough for me. So I'd rather let it play out. More than 300 viewers? For real. We peaked at what? 4,389 today? Right, so just better probability. Yeah, basically. Just a little better probability. You're also missing volume too, right? So like, do you really want to enter when there's no volume right now? It's not impossible, but you could wait for something better. W analyzer. Yeah, man. Too much. Too much. Let's see. I'm gonna move the session stop loss down though, guys, because this is really far, right? So, made another lower high there. Let's move it down towards here for now. You know what? Let's move it down towards here. 44.72. That breaks, then GG's. They had a 90 zone, right? It wasn't a 71, was it? Yeah, maybe below here. 4404. A little bit of range there. Below here, you have 290, 300 pips basically. Still gotta push quite a bit though. This is like 440. $44.78 is where you're supposed to sell, period. I guess I missed it, man. When do you know if your strategy is outdated? When you start to see that you're like losing for constant months and months and months. If you've been winning for like X amount of months in a row or years in a row, right? Until like that kind of gets to a point where it's not one trade. It's not two trades. It's not three trades, not three losses. It's just whenever X amount of time goes by, you start to realize that it's just not like you're not clicking with your strategy. All right, another lower high here. See, this is gonna pick up. So you have this one push down there, but this is pretty decent, consistent, 508 pips. I think that started at what time? At like 11, right? So let's see. This is a lower high. If these are lower highs, then you can get continuations here on our way through. So we have a session stop loss right here. NYC here, let's see. What the hell are you talking about, bruh? It's 11:32. NYC was 2 hours ago. I think this is NYC, bro. Robert Kubakavo. Kubaka. I thought it's now. Nah, man. NY, no, not even 2 hours ago, 3 hours, I think. NYC open. No, wait, sorry, 9:30. Yeah, NYC open is at 9:30 a.m. East. That 11 is London session close. So London closed. Now it's just NY sitting. London goes from 3 a.m. Eastern until 11 a.m. Eastern. Or yeah, and then Asian is like 8 p.m. East. You know what, man? Here we go. So this is your time, right? 8 a.m. East. NY session. NY open. 8:20 a.m. East. COMEX open. 9:30. Asian Open 8. 3. I don't know about any. I don't know if Asia might have a comics and its own comics and whatever. I'm not too sure though. I don't think so. 3 a.m. East is London Open. So like that's why I trade NY. Just like if there's a probability you have more time, more movement, like more likely to move during NY, just because you have like NYC open, comics open, and all of that combined. Majority of your NY USD news, if you're trading USD pairs, happen during the NY session, because that's when they're awake. So yeah, Asian could be better for like, you know, GJ, London GJ. Yo, you're coming down pretty decent here. Yo, screenshot that. You got that? Let me know. 3, 2, 1. All right. Let's see. Are we going to tap 4,400 here? It's glitching. It's glitching. It is glitching. Second wave of this move. Let's see. Can it push down 270 more pips there? I think we're looking for below 7.1, but below 4,400, we can look for like the second re-break if it pushes through, because that's pretty clean traffic. And that's your 1 hour wick fill, right? So smart from the city. You asked what the wick fill. I'm not too sure. I'm really not too sure. But now that I got filled, that's when I start hunting, right? Or was it Star City or was it Thrive? One of you guys asked about the wick fill. I think it was Thrive. Okay, it's 4 hour re-breaks too. So can it continue? The volume. How much was this push? 280? Can I push another 280? I'm gonna move my session stop loss down now though, because you're making a steeper low each time, right? So we can move it down towards there. No, I'm playing. We can move it down towards here. All right. I'll move it down towards 4460. Top wick, can it drive? Most movement you had since 8 a.m. this morning, right? You can see like this is the strongest pull you've had today, aside from 7 a.m. Right? This has been pretty consistent the way down. All this other shit was trash, right? This was just nasty ranges, nasty, no volume, and now you're kind of picking up again. So you see the difference? It gets a lot more like it moves a lot more consistent. A lot less noise, basically. And that's when you want to trade. Don, you need to put H on the stream? Why? What's wrong? XYZ ABC, that's just my childhood friend, man. Don't worry about him. Oh, we about to break out the bullshit. Looking good too. Spreads are pretty tight as well. Holding pretty well. Let's see. Lower highs. Can it re-break that low? Let's see. $43. Yeah, so we have our session stop loss at 4460 here, guys. All right, I moved it towards that high there instead. How much range is this? 114. Let's see. What lots will I be using here? If we get something. Let's see. It could be this. I'll say second re-break though, but let's see. Can you get another pullback here? And then the re-break of these lows to continue down towards 43.99. Because there's nothing really on the way down. It's clean traffic all the way through here. This could be like a BE zone here. Pullback. Okay, chat. The re-break of this low, we are going to enter ourselves here. Get ready. And then I think this is going to be BE. Stops are going to be... Damn, I haven't figured that out yet, actually. I think up here. 1900. So yeah, 0.04 should be good still on my lot size here. But yeah, the re-break of this low. All right, and then BE is going to be, I'll say around like 44.08. Put something here. And then TP is going to be down here. So this is going to be roughly 120. You can be more aggressive for the TP, but I think this is a good area, like 4,400, if that's where you push down towards. Because I think you're going to hover there before next. Next zone is going to be 7.1, right? And below 4,400, we were looking for more sells. But there's like clean traffic on the way down to this area. So I want to take advantage of this. So get ready for the re-break of 44.12 here. 44.12, and then BE is like 50 pips, and then trail stops could be right below. Get ready. Starting to glitch too. All right, got Xauusd chat. Xauusd as re-broke the lows. BE is going to be 44.08. Trail stops. Wait, I lied. BE could maybe be a little higher. BE could be here. And then trail stops could be here at 44.07. And then TP is down here at like 130. So when it makes its way down towards like 44.09 BE, when it makes its way down towards 67 pips and profit, 68 with trail stops, and then we'll continue trailing the way down here, right? But this is like pretty clean traffic all the way through until the bottom of the range there. Until you have this zone right here. Cool, if anything, maybe even here. Can we put a target here? 44.89, what is that? 44.89, could that be a target? Let's try it. Let's put it down here, TP down here. And we're just trailing the way down, right? But as long as you have your BE zones ready and everything, you're good. Stops are 1900 pips, right? In case you guys didn't hear me earlier, 1900 pips. So it's going to be the, where was it again? Stops, I believe, are going to be around here. 46.05. So my lot size were roughly around the same as Thursday's, 0.04. Same lot size. This should glitch though, all the way through. Clean traffic. It's holding pretty well. Just got to re-break this low again. Get ready. Get ready. Spaghetti. Almost BE. Not yet. Almost. The re-break. Not yet. The re-break should get the extra pop too towards 07. So we'll be trailing right in profits, I'm assuming. Break even. Can I get a pop for a trail? No. Re-break. Yes, there you go. Trail stops. And we out, man. We are out of that trade. And that is 57. So nothing too crazy, right? 22.60. All that for that, Don? Yes. All of that for that. Patient pays off. We did, I think I did 2260. So we just trailed, right? We had levels marked up pre-hand. The idea was to target down towards these zones here, but we just had zones of trail stops. And the extra pop there is very clean. So we waited for that to really break the lows a second time, and then that's when we trailed. This could keep pushing, right? 4,400. Maybe there'll be another trade. We'll see. I'm going to journal this out. But I think percentage-wise, we did there. What did I do? 2260. So that is 0.99%. So roughly almost 1%. Pretty decent. I'll take it. You know what I mean? I will take it. Okay, cool. But yeah, like you see how like today, like the first wave of the move, we just got on today when it first started to move today. So we had ideas, but it came close 3 times earlier, right? Like within this area, we were like looking for buys, wick entry buys, wick entry buys. So we sat through this entire area here, not looking for much. Like it was just very slow and choppy, right? So there was this. So let me just show you. So this wave, when we first hop on this chart, they were hunting. And then this area became non-hunt. Like non-hunt, because it was just like very choppy, right? And you can see, like, look at the texture and the volume, right? Like, and then you started to push here at 11 again. So it's only now when you actually started to push. But compare these two, and this, I think this just started too. This gonna give you a lot more, maybe. We'll see. But in terms of volume, right? You see kind of why like we kind of held up for so long. So from like basically 8:59, 9 a.m. all the way until like 11, it was just straight range. You know, we didn't actually start hunting again until here. But it gets a lot better now, right? So it's not about like pips started moving within the ranges, none of that. Like it's just like in terms of consistent movement, you want to just have that ready because you need volume. Obviously before 8-2, you had this right here at 11. Right, this one at 11 was pretty clean as well. But yeah, 55. What was that? What did we got there? 56 pips there, chat. 56 pips, 56.5 pips, 2 minute and 18 second trade. So daily P&L plus 0.99% All right. So I'm gonna journal, and then we'll come back, and we'll see. Maybe there will be something else, but you need to really start glitching here, and it might start glitching here. This might be the move of the day. But yeah, I'm gonna journal itself first, okay, chat? All right, man. You got 452 W trade. Let's go, Reggie. That's what I wanted to see. 2% missed entry, got better entry. W. Yeah, there was a bit of drawdown there, right? Was there? Yeah, there was a bit of drawdown. There was like, I think 60 pips of drawdown. Not crazy, not 2,000, but 60. So yeah, I'm glad we had time on this trade. Everyone got to eat on this one. But again, nothing fancy, right? Just a small piece of the pie. If it ran, it would have ran. But, you know, there'll be more ideas, right? We'll have more ideas. Okay, I'm going to journal this out, chat. And then we'll see what's up, okay? We'll see what's up. But that might be it. Let's see. I'm just in journal. 23, 3, 2026. That trade was at what time? That trade was at, very important to journal. Very key. Especially when you take a trade too. You don't want to take a back-to-back. You want to like, journaling also helps you cool down too, right? Like I got a little cool down period here before I come back on. Sub time frame, that was based on, I think that was just based on the 4-hour wick fill. Yeah, we got the very end of the wick fill. So we already mentioned the wick fill earlier, right? I wasn't looking for it earlier, but then as it started to come down, create structure, I'm like, hold on. It's starting to glitch. What was it based off of though? I forgot what I saw. Man, you're glitching here. You are glitching. I'll say the one. I think the 1 hour time frame based off of 1 hour time frame, current higher low break, 1 hour, 4 hour, next logical resistance on the minute. We used the 1 hour there. I also used I think just the 1 hour, maybe the minute to manage, but yeah, 1 hour, a minute, maybe that's it. Just looking for a range fill or a wick fill, range fill, wick fill. I'm gonna put range fill. More focus on that. On the 1. Friday's trade is based on the 4. Put that there. This is the 1. Win. So 0.04 lots, right? Stops are massive. Like, well, 1,900 pips. I have no choice. You know what I mean? But I think 1% is about the average, because like stops are massive, so you have to like decrease your lot size to match the same risk. And we average like 1% per trade, like roughly. Until lately, when we started to like increase our lots because the account went from 1K to 2K, but like we average like 1% on average. So I think that was a good calculation. Like, that's pretty decent. Profit was 22.60. Did it close on these accounts? Let me see. Yeah, it did. Cool. Wow, I got slipped on these accounts, I think. Let's see what I get. What's 13 to 08? That's 50 pips, right? So 53. And this one got how many pips? Yeah, 53. Oh, no slippage. 53 pips, roughly, across all. Maybe I got an extra 2 pips on mine. Pips was 56.5. Drawdown, I think, was... I didn't think we'll get a trade, chat. When it came to, like, slowing down a little bit. 64 pip drawdown. Max pips, I think we peaked at 77. Exit reasoning, trail stop loss hit on the minute. Scenario, just trail stop loss. I would have been hit, I'm pretty sure. 56.50. All right, cool. So yeah, 56 pips, chat, and 0.99%. And let's see if it continues ripping. It still hasn't glitched consistently yet. Let's see if it does that now. Remember below A9 here, we have ideas. We actually might get something else here. Let's see. What did I have again? So I had 7-1, right? Below 7-1, you have a leg candle fill. Or right now, you have a leg candle fill. No, this is the 15 leg candle fill or wick fill. Yeah, below 7-1. So expect a reaction at 75. I'm going to delete all of this. Don't worry about this. Too much areas here. But 75, you have a leg candle body area. So I would expect it to react there. It might push through. But I'm going to wait for this range to get filled here. I'm not going to touch any of this. I'm going to wait for that range to get filled. And then we'll... Again, this can still be a higher low, right? Like this can still be your higher low here for price to make its way back up. That is still a possibility. But you have more room here. So I would assume this is your area. On trading view, you see the leg candle. I don't know if you see it here, but something here. Once you break below here, you can start pushing down towards these ranges here. And then there's a high chance that this can also be a lower high, right? Initial move down, pull back, lower high to retest the lows, continuation just like Thursday and Friday. But I'm going to wait for that to break first. So you have a 30 leg candle on top of that. So you really want to see that formation form on the leg candle, right? So when it comes down towards that 75 zone, you expect a reaction, lower high, and then from there, do whatever it wants to do. Re-break the lows and hold is what you want to see for a leg candle. And as it does that, re-break of this. So I would assume below like 43.50 or something will be the continuation next. So yeah, you need more volume. It's a little late, but you know what? We'll give it another 6 minutes here. See if it does anything. If not, then we'll hop off. All right, chat. But we had I think we did a good job with trailing in the session stop loss. We started off really high and then we just kept moving it down as you made more structure for that idea. Because then we just eliminated the buy ideas. We said, fuck it. If we're looking for an idea today, it would just be the sells. And then we just kept moving the session stop loss down. You know what I mean? Increase lots? No, man, I can't because the risk is like the pips are way too massive. If stops, like I'm pretty sure if you continue to range in a higher time frame over the next couple of weeks, it'll probably go down to like 1,200, 1,100 pips again. So that's when we'll increase. But for me, it's like if it's right now my lot size original is like 0.14, but that was when it was around 500 pips, right? So now it's like 1.5 plus, so 0.04 makes a lot of sense. 1,000 pips, maybe we can use like 0.10, right? 0.10, 0.9, and then I just averaged out like that.
This ain't cheddar.
Let's go though, chat. W start to the week, man. Like, look at this gorgeous volume you have here. So if you avoided all of this, you know, range here, this gets a little better, and it could get a lot better than whatever you just printed too.
Let's go.
Pop one lot tomorrow, see what happens. Let's see. Chat, if you guys enjoyed the stream though, leave a like and sub to the channel, man. We only have 3 losses in the last 365 days. 3 losses. Dead ass. DVS01, 3 losses in the last 300, in the last year. To this date, 3 losses. One on March 20th, I think, last year, right? And then, or 19 or 17, March 17. Next one came on June 20th. Next one after that came on January 20th. And then now we're here. Wow, it would have been on March 20th. We took the loss on Friday. But yeah, literally 3 losses. So it got pretty crazy. But this is what I do all day. Like in terms of patience, like I just wait for things to be clear, right? Clear as day. And there's sometimes it's a little frustrating when you come close, but you know, you continue to be patient. Your moves will come to you, man. There's no need to like force anything. Conditions are always gonna be here. All right, so you're actually below 75 now. All right. So no body reaction. Let's see. Can you get a pullback at 43.75. What do you have here? You still have a leg candle, right? Yeah. So you have a little bit of reactions here, but this should be clean. And I can't really take wick entry sells. Yeah, I think wick entry sells, like, because then we can look for like ideas right now, right, as we pull back. But wick entry sells, I think that's gonna be more so of like if you continue through below here, like as you start to break below these ranges, like because you have so many ranges, this could still be bearish from Thursday, Friday, or Sunday. So if you break below here, I think that's wick entry sell territory. But I think this is a little too early, since this can be a higher low still to come back up. This can still be a push up, right? You might be missing top wicks, but we'll see. But yeah, you feel broke into that range here. You gotta pull back to 75. Let's see. It kind of glitched through. Let's see if it continues. We might be missing on this range, so chat. I'm not gonna lie to you. Let's see. Maybe we won't, but I think I'm gonna wait for this to break first. 35. I don't think I'm gonna be part of this leg candle here, because if this is moving already like this, if it breaks it, it should be able to move again on top of that. Go to trade too early, bro. Little pips you miss. Shit. I could curl my body on the man still. Is that Yachty? Chat, what percentage do you guys make there on that trade? Damn, if we get SL is lower, you're gonna keep the same stops? No, I think I might move it down to this high than the high that you made this morning. 2,000 still though, so yeah, lots will still be the same. Let's go. 2%? 20% still in? You crazy, man. You are crazy. That's PBM. How do you know what work out with loss size? I just get an average. Like I risk like 25-ish% per trade on average. So that's me. You could like pick your risk percentage. Like let's say you want to pick risk 5%. Okay, cool. 5% risk. Chat GPT, like if my stops are this big, what do I need to risk to max out at 5%? And then over time you get a good reference number, and then you just have a fixed set of stop loss, fixed set of range. 100%. So 3 people took that trade, or did you guys dip already? What did the view spike say? And you guys dipped already. Word. All good, man. All good. %, 65. That's very good. So yo, a good non-stressful trade, right, chat? Compared to the one last week. No problem. If you didn't get the trade though, chat, as long as you learn something from it, you know, patience, whatever, that's more valuable than the trade. So you good. No FOMO. I want to know if this is gonna continue though, because then, yeah, I want to see if this is gonna continue. All right. Next time, 0.8 lot size. Easy code a calculator. I don't got the skills to do that, man. Look at the way I trade. You think I got the skills to do that? Chrome Heart giveaways win. You like Friday's trade more? Chill day. Chill day. I drank a Red Bull last night. I fall asleep. I took a long nap last night. And then I woke up and I'm like, I need to go back to sleep for 12 because I gotta wake up. So I drank a Red Bull. Yeah, I got a little tired after. We don't have that over here, Pencil. We got Rockstar and Celsius and Red Bull and all that. Oh, the record. Let me update the record. What's the record? Hold on, though. I gotta do this journal. I forgot. Yo, I just took in. Today marks 6 years since I first started streaming. If you guys look at the money, look. You see the money go? It says March 23rd, 2020. That's my first stream. Right there. All right. 11:42. New York gold sells breakout. Current high low 1 full. What was that? 56.5. Did I do 56.5 here too? Yep. 56.5. What percent again? 0.999. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. That's not a bad year so far. We've been like hard stuck at 85, 86, 87% win rate though. Hard stuck. Oh, nice. That is a nice 5-minute candle. Chat, I think what I'll do here is I'll put a session stop loss here. Like if we just break the highs at 81, the high we just made, then I'm gonna call it a day, okay? We're gonna call it a day. That 5 candle, that volatile candle right there. Let's go. Let's go. Six-year anniversary. Can we celebrate a 6-year DVS01 membership giveaway? Yeah, right. Maybe 1 year. 1 year giveaway I'll do one day. So if this continues after this area, TP is 4280. I think I have where's 4280? Nah, I don't think it's that low. I think right now we're at a low about maybe like 4323. Then after, if that breaks, then I'm not too sure what's gonna happen between here. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not too sure. I'm looking for this though, but after this, I'm not sure what's gonna happen here because you could just range and all of that, right? Can get a bottom wick. But I think once you break below here, that's when you start hunting again. So I don't think I'm gonna hunt this. I'll wait for the yellow zone. That might be during tomorrow's session or Asian, if it comes down. Because you came down like this whole move without really creating much structure. So unless you get like a pullback like right now and then like this, then yeah, you could continue down for NY, but it's late as fuck. Chat, I'm gonna hop off here. That's it. I'm about to tap the session stop loss. I think that's it for the session. So just one trade today to start the week off, but I think good trade. W trade. W patience. It wasn't anything too crazy. I was hoping we'll get a lot more, but what could we do, right? B level set, trail stop set, and then it's off the price on what it wants to give us. And today it gave us 55 pips, 1%. So, chat, I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right? Tomorrow, 8 a.m. Eastern. We'll be here tomorrow morning. Have a good day, everybody. Appreciate you guys. Thank you. Peace, peace. Laters. Laters. Oh, commands. Yeah, I'm going to update the commands tomorrow. If you want the journal, just be here tomorrow. I'll give you the journals tomorrow, okay? I'll give you the journals tomorrow. All right, everybody. Peace out. Peace.
Forever like why we had the love fire right down with the guys all the time. Ain't shit funny now. I'm staying, tell the money out. Heard it outside where we tryna hunt them down. We gon' try it out, then try it right now. I just break out more than a couple thousand. Just tryna kick it now, ain't tryna talk about it. I got water, she tryna go down. I got water, this my private island. Brand new whip got low mileage. Brand new hoe got low mileage. I look bust, bitch, yeah, I bitch down. 7 white girl, no, I don't know mine. But shawty, she ride. Hell, now she ain't color play. She hop on that shit and go, y'all. She calling me Lil Money, Billy Ray. I hope that you're ready to ride. I'm pulling up, putting 24s on Escalade. My ass must be ready to die. I heard today I had dropping out my pilot's name. That bitch must be ready to fuck. I watch and she staying right at my chain. I can't tell me why keep bucks. I'm ballin', you would think I love the game. Lil Money, he can't us rest today. Lil Money, he get off the pack today. It's gone. My brother, he get off a pack today. I told her, but I'm still gonna act the same. I love it, but still gotta act the same. Y'all see these? I back on my feet and my team. I ride around decking that pig. I got weed and codeine in my pee. All I had was my deal. Now I wake up rich. Doing this for my twins. Doing this for the kids. Ain't shit funny now. I'm staying, tell the money out. Heard it outside where we tryna hunt them down. We gon' try it out, then try it right now. I just broke out more than a couple thousand. Just tryna kick it now, ain't tryna talk about it. I got water, she tryna go down. I got water, this my private island. Brand new whip got low mileage. Brand new hoe got low mileage. I look bust, bitch, yeah, I bitch down. 7 white girl, no, I don't know mine. But shawty, she ride.